Hi, I'm Nicolene Peck. I teach parenting, family communications, relationship building, and child development all over the world. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to teach children the value of money. I'm known for teaching people the principles of self-government. So what is self-government? Self-government is being able to determine the cause and effect of any given situation and possessing a knowledge of your own behaviors so that you can control them. Do we have behaviors in money? Is there cause and effect when it relates to money? Absolutely. So teaching children how to value and manage money is a big part of preparing them to be self-governed adults. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the don'ts of teaching children to value money as well as the do's so that we help them prepare to be good stewards of their money and to appreciate it. Let's start with the don'ts. Don't give your child too much money. I know a lot of people think, well, how are they going to value any money unless they have any money of their own? It's okay for a child to maybe get some birthday money or occasionally some money in some little way. But if you are consistently giving the child money for everything that they want or need, they see money as something that they just get whenever they want something. So that actually promotes an entitlement relationship with money instead of seeing that money is something that they need to work toward. So even though parents really in a caring, loving way want their child to be able to have some money to manage or to buy certain things and to see that money actually can buy certain things, it is not a good idea to just be handing out the money all the time to the child, because in the end, they're not going to learn the value of the money. They'll just learn that they are entitled to get some whenever they want something. Don't give them too much stuff either. How is a child going to learn the value of money if they never get the opportunity to buy anything they need? Now, I know many parents think to themselves, well, I'm going to give my child everything that they need, all the basics that I want them to have, but I'm not going to give them money for a few little frivolous things. Well, if the child pretty much has everything that they could ever want or need for the most part, why would they do any extra work to earn money to get anything else? Think of that. Just for a candy, it's not worth it. But if it is for that birthday present for their best friend, it could be worth it. So don't give your children too many things either. Now, this doesn't mean that we should create this type of environment where the child feels panicked when it comes to personal possessions, right? So there's definitely a balance there for what we do give to our children, but then also when we allow them to provide some things for themselves too by doing a little bit of hard work, earning some money, and seeing how their money can provide something for them that actually feels good, feels like a need. It's really powerful. And I'm going to talk more about how to do that later in this video. Another don't is don't baby the children. And I'm talking about with everything. If you want your child to really have a good relationship with money, they also have to have a good relationship with hard work, which means they need to see that they can do things, right? Don't coddle them or dote on them too much, because if so, then how are they going to ever find that initiative to push toward earning money and toward maybe growing a little business so that they can even learn to value money more? Babying children handicaps them. It does not help them. I know that we think it's kind, it feels loving. Sometimes we feel like if we baby them or coddle them, then we can make everything go exactly perfect. But you know what? Great people aren't usually born in perfect circumstances. Great people are born when they learn a little bit of grit. They learn a little bit of hard work. So let's talk about the do's. But before I talk about the do's, I would like to give you a do right now. Do subscribe to this channel because there are so many videos on this channel that relate to allowance and money as well as skills that children need for success. So subscribe now and let's get into the other do's of teaching children to value money. Do number 1 is do teach children to work. That means you have to work with them, not just give them chores and extra jobs. So you need to work alongside them daily. Yep. Daily. If you can do it every single day. So as a mother, I decided that our family would have family work time every day. Oftentimes that work time was just a half an hour. I would pick one area of the house or maybe an area in the yard that we were going to pull weeds or plant things, and we would all work together as a group. Now that was usually during the school year. During the summer, every single day, we would do multiple hours, especially out on our big yard because we grew lots of food and stuff. So my children were very accustomed to working with me in the garden for sometimes 2, even 3 hours a day. In fact, occasionally at the beginning and end of the season, there were sometimes whole days or multiple days in a row when we would need to can all the produce or get the gardens prepped to put everything in. And those would take long, long work periods. But if your children are already used to working with you, then that's okay. They can feel like it's all right to put in that extra work for this one day. Here's the thing, work builds confidence. Okay? People who know how to work are people who can get things done. And when you get things done, you feel like you have purpose in life. And so that work ethic that you instill in your children is vital. Now, of course, give them their own chores that they need to do each day, maybe even each week. And it's also okay to teach them to earn extra chores, maybe for a synthetic negative consequence when you're correcting them. Because work is the antidote for a sick character. So teach your children to work. Just that principle right there will help prepare them to value money. You might be asking yourself, how? Well, because in order to really value money, you have to work for it. So let's talk about that. Do give your children the opportunity to work for money. What types of things should your children be doing so that they get the opportunity to work for money? I do not do allowance in my family. I'm not going to go into great detail about why in this video, especially because I have other videos that talk about allowance and money where I've gone into other detail there. But what I am going to say is I'm going to say that when we give our children the opportunity to earn money outside of allowance, then that means that they have to take the initiative. If a person takes the initiative for earning the money, that money automatically has more value to them. Think of the person who is just given a handout from the government. They don't value it as much, right? They just expect the next handout to come. Or if they don't get enough, they just try to ask other people for more. But what about the people who create a business because they need a side income? Or for the people who put in extra hours at the office on different projects because they need to bring home a little bit more? Then they really value that money, and they're likely not going to waste it because they know how much work is required to get more. So how do I teach that to my children? Well, we do have businesses in our family. If your family can come up with a great family business, that's a good way to teach children a good work ethic. My husband owns a plumbing business. He's a general contractor and a plumber. And so he takes the children with him on jobs to tear out things for remodels and stuff like that. And they get the opportunity to earn money. He's also had our children do some of his paperwork for his business, entering in receipts and things like that he needs to keep track of for his bookkeeping, but takes him a lot of time that he doesn't necessarily want to spend. So those are the types of things you can train your children to do. In my business, which is teaching self-government, where we teach parenting and stuff, I have brought the children with me to teach groups of people. So they train other people, and I pay them for it. They also run a lot of the back end things on my website, and I pay them for it. They run my shipping department, and I pay them for it. It's an actual job and they have to apply for it. They have to want it. But let's say you don't have a family business. How can you help your child earn money? Well, you can encourage them to start a business. That's one thing. And I do have ideas about that in another video, so I'm not going to go into detail there. But also you can have an application process at your house for your children to come to you and to apply for a job to earn money at your house. So what I did is I had a notebook where I would write down in it all the different things that I needed to be done. Extra things that I didn't get to very often, like organizing the game closet. You know that one where the games just get everywhere, right? Or vacuuming underneath the couch cushions, or, some of these things that you don't usually get to. I wrote them all down on a piece of paper, and then I put off to the side how much I would pay for that job. So then if my child wanted to earn money, they would come to me and they would say, "Mom, can I apply for a job?" I would say, "Okay." They would look at my list and say, "Mom, I would like to apply for sweeping out the garage." This is a big job, right? It's going to take a good chunk of the day to move everything out of the garage and really sweep it and clean it well. So the children know, okay, I'm going to invest quite a bit of time. I would say, okay, well, if you would like to apply for that, please tell me how you plan on accomplishing it. If you feel like you know the skill or if you need additional training for this job, and I would like to know when you expect to have it done. So then they would say, well, I'm going to do it all today. I think I have the skills because I've done it before, but I do need to know about this one piece. And then we would talk about it. I would tell them they could have the job. It needed to be done today if they wanted to have that payment. So then they would start on the job and they would get paid. They took responsibility. Now, why would they even think of coming to me for a job? Well, that leads me to another do. Do meet with your child regularly. So in our family, we have what we call mentor meetings. And these are meetings where me and my husband meet with each child individually once a week. In these mentor meetings, we talk about the things that they hope for, their goals in life, their academic goals, their social goals, their relationships. And during these conversations, they oftentimes say, "Mom, I want to earn money." And I'll say, "Oh, well, let's talk about ways that you can earn money. Are you thinking you want to start a business, or are you wanting to apply for a job with Mom? Because I do have certain jobs that you could apply for. Let me show you what's on my list." And you could think about maybe when you would want to apply for some of these jobs. So we have these meetings with the children regularly where we talk about their lives in general. And these meetings are times where we can also bring up the opportunities that they might want in order to earn money. This puts them in the driver's seat on earning money instead of us trying to just push it on them as so many parents do. So why might they want to earn money? Let's talk about that. Do give your children the opportunity to buy some of their own things. So in my family, my children know that once they hit 12 years old, they are responsible for buying their own clothing and shoes and any gifts they might give to other people, as well as souvenirs or extra treats that the family might not be providing, something like that. So if they're like, "Oh, I want to go to McDonald's," then they are going to probably go pay to go to McDonald's with their sister who can drive them there and get French fries just because that's what they want. So the children get the opportunity to buy their things. Now that doesn't mean we never give them clothes or something. I mean, come Christmas, come birthday, guess what they're going to ask for? "Mom, can I get these special shoes? Mom, can I get this new outfit or these new things?" "Oh, sure, we'll add it to your list." But then they're not thinking, "Oh, bummer, clothes." When they get clothes for a gift, they're like, "Yay, that saved me so much money and so much time." So actually, people make jokes like, "Oh, well, I would never give my child socks and underwear for a gift." And I'm like, I would. I totally would give my child socks and underwear for a gift, because there are many times that Christmas comes around and a child says to me, "Mom, for Christmas, I really could use some socks and underwear and new pajamas," and they'll list some things that they don't want to pay for themselves. That means they value money. They know those things have value. If a person is going to value money, they also have to value things. I think sometimes we disconnect those two, that money and things are different, But what's the money for? If you've enjoyed this video on teaching children the value of money, I know that you're going to like my next video, which is called The Expectation Trap versus the Cycle for Success. That video is actually a class that I give to people around the world about not allowing their expectations to trap them, but instead using their expectations as fuel to becoming a greater success in their relationships and in everything else that they're trying to accomplish. So watch The Expectation Trap now, because this is going to also give you further parenting help as you are in this self-government journey with me. Click on that link now.